5 books that changed my life. Hello guys, my name is Stephanie from Lifestyle by Stephanie, and today I'm reviewing 5 books that have changed my mind and my life for real. And I wouldn't be reviewing these books and suggest them to you guys if they hadn't taught me something that I could never possibly learn from somewhere else. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I have sorted these books into 4 categories. Into category number 1, which is mindset, category number 2, which is psychology, number 3 is nutrition, and number 4 is entertainment. So let's start with number 1. Break the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So this is the ultimate law of attraction book for everyone who's doubtful, because Dr. Joe Dispenza is a neuroscientist and he explains the law of attraction through quantum physics. And don't worry, you don't have to have a science background or anything like that, because it's really broken down to simple steps and knowledge pieces you can actually understand as a normal, non-scientific human being. So the book is a good reminder to see that if you remain the same person doing the same things every day, you can't really expect a different outcome. And if you are right now in life at a point where you have a goal and you're not achieving it right now, or you have some intentions for yourself, for your outer reality and for your inner reality to change and to improve, I really recommend reading this book, because it's such an eye-opener that you have with the concept of neuroplasticity, which is basically saying that you can change every personal trait that you have and that you don't like about yourself. And that's the main point. If you show habits that you are not happy with, if you're like overeating or can't motivate yourself to exercise or to work on yourself or to study in school or just in your free time, this is the book to read, because it takes all the victimhood out of it, because you learn that you have the power. You have all the power in the world to change your reality, no matter where you are and who you are. This concept applies to everyone who's implementing it, and that is really, really empowering. And if you understand that concept, like, it really blows your mind, and it really changed my perception of the world, basically. So I really think that it's such a good read for people who are eager in life to get ahead and to reach their goals sooner. Number 2, David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. So this book will make a few people very uncomfortable reading, and I know this because it did the same to me. It will show you that you have so much potential that you're not using right now. And it actually makes you feel lazy reading it, but it gives you motivation and inspiration through the struggles and things that David Goggins went through and what he learned and what he shares with you, that you feel so empowered to get out of your own comfort zone and actually realizing that you are right now in your comfort zone. He actually has a concept, the 30% concept, that your mind will tell you to stop after being exhausted for 40%. There is still 60% to go. And when you realize that, it applies to sport, it applies to your work ethics and your mental strength. And you see that you're so strong and your potential is so immense, huge, that you can actually live not just your dream life, but you can up that. And 3 of the main lessons he taught in this book, I've actually written down and I'd like to read to you right now, are: it doesn't matter where you've been or how much trauma you've experienced, you can always come out stronger. Number 2, instead of believing in overnight success, work hard and push yourself to be your best self. And number 3, take advantage of the 40% rule to become the master of your mind and achieve more than you thought possible. As I said, this book is not everyone's cup of tea, but I really challenge you to read it. To read David Goggins' story is so impressive, and see what kind of potential you have for yourself, because he put missions in this book. It is a step to step, like with each chapter he gives you challenges to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone and do the things that will actually improve your life massively and rapidly. So that is my number 2, and it was life-changing because I implemented those strategies, and I can say it ain't comfortable, it ain't nice, but it works. And let's dive into the second category, psychology. It is the book What Everybody Is Saying by Joe Navarro, and it is basically your guide to read people, to understand what someone is saying to you without speaking. It is a book about body language, written by an ex-FBI agent, and he teaches you how you can read someone else, see if someone is telling the truth, see if someone is nervous, see the intention of someone and their whole thought process. And I promise you that I read that at the airport, like I almost went through the whole book because my flight was really delayed, and I just absorbed it. And during my reading I was watching people on the airport, and I was shocked to realize what I can see them showing to other people, like about their own thought process and their own like intentions. And you could see conversations between people, and you can read what it is about. And he actually like teaches you that it is not in the face. He teaches you to look at the hands and at the feet and at like body positioning and eye contact and everything, and it's just like really small details. And it is one of these books, if you read it, it is so impressive and such an aha moment, because you realize you've been doing a lot of those things as well, and you will never forget the lessons of that. And I'd love to share more with you, because there are so many things I could talk with you about right now about like body language that I've learned, but I highly suggest you just like grab that book, you read it for yourself, and you can implement it. And let's move on to another category, which is nutrition, which I absolutely love. I'm like a nutrition science nerd these days, and if someone asks me about nutrition, I would recommend this book to them if they're really interested, because it is not an easy read. Unfortunately, it is packed up in Scotland right now, but it is like this size of a book. I call it my nutrition Bible. I know. That's how serious I am with this, but it is the book from Dr. Kreger, and it's How Not to Diet. It is the only and the last nutrition book you'll ever need to read, unless he brings out a new copy with updated science. But yeah, it's literally that good. And if you're interested in a no bullshit, give you the truth, science-based food book that will tell you what you need to eat and what tricks you can apply with herbs and spices, etc., to not just lose weight or maintain your weight, but to live a very healthy life. And it's all about longevity and health. So the way the book is structured is basically really simple. Like, you don't have to read through the whole thing. I did it in the beginning, but as I said, it's like a really long read, and it's science-based, so it's maybe not like as entertaining as some other book, but I read through it once, and now I can just like flicker through at the different chapters. It's all neatly like structured, so you can, if you're interested in weight loss, you know where to look. If you're interested in I don't know, getting clear skin or whatever, it's clear structured. There are so many small tips in there that you can implement into your lifestyle, into your diet very easily. There's like no selling behind it. They don't want to give you a whey protein or like herbs that cost like a fortune or something, and are like magically grown or whatever. It's really a no bullshit science-based nutrition book. And yeah, I touched on this in a previous video before, but I struggled with an eating disorder, and going on a whole food plant-based diet and reading about the science and watching documentaries about the science behind it actually freed me mentally as well as physically from being absorbed by the whole eating disorder basically, and it really was that helpful for me. That book came later because, as I said, it's like not the easiest read, but it really helped me on my journey. So I would really recommend for anyone who's really serious about wanting to live a healthier, happier life, with a stress-free like mind behind food, because we get so much like doubt and people telling us what is good to eat and magazines telling us go on this diet or go on that diet or try this or try that. If you read this book, you'll basically get a no bullshit head or mindset because you have the evidence. And yeah, I just really suggest this book to everyone who wants to end this diet trauma forever. So that's why it is on my recommended reading list. Okay, and now to my last book, number 5. It is in the category of entertainment. It is a story, but it kind of touches on the mindset topic from the beginning. So it is called The Midnight Library, and it is a celebration of life's possibilities. It is about a girl, her name is Nora Seed, and she feels absolutely desperate in her life. There's just like negative things happening to her, and she actually decides to attempt to kill herself. And during that process, she ends up in a midnight library where the clock stands still, and she's tested, or she's like in this library where she has an endless possibility of books that represent all the choices she could have made differently in her life, and even like tiny choices. So it's like a billion or more than a billion, but basically an infinite number of options of lives she could have lived. And in this time of her status between death and life, where she finds herself in, she can try those lives. Like she can go into the books and see what life choices would have made her life differently, and she can actually experience that. And if she likes it, she can stay in that life. And this book is really beautiful because as a conclusion, you see that life can be many things for you. You can become famous, you can become poor, you can become wealthy, you can become successful, you can become an athlete. You can be anyone you want to be. But if you're not happy with your current situation and are full of regret of past decisions, you're not happy. And the realization of this book is basically that the prison wasn't the place, but the perspective. And it is such an empowering book, and I really recommend it as a read for anyone who's like, basically really for everyone, for happy people as well as for like maybe anxious people, because it can like transform your own perspective on your own life. Although it's a story, I really recommend it because the foundation of the idea is that we have so many worlds to live in. Like, it is an infinite universe, and every decision takes us to a new destination, no matter how small or big the decision is. Like getting on a coffee with someone or asking someone out can like transform your whole life. So that is my last suggestion as a book. I would really recommend, if you're up for a good story, to read The Midnight Library, or any of the other books if you're up for some education. So thank you guys for watching. Please let me know your favorite book, or your best self-improvement book, or your best storybook in the comments, because I love to read and I love to read new things, so inspire me, guys. And yeah, like this video if you liked it, obviously. I would really appreciate a comment and a like, and subscribe if you want to see more around the topics of workouts, fitness, food and nutrition, as well as self-improvement and mindset. So yeah, without further ado, bye bye.
7 hours driving on the highway, far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste.